take a block and we're going to place it between your ankles. And you can have it on the flat edge, the middle edge, or the tall edge. And if you don't need it at all, that's perfectly fine. In Virasana, the heels come to the outside edges of the hips. And then the sit bones would be on the floor, if not the block. And then hands are going to rest comfortably in the lap. Close the eyes. And just take a moment here to find a tall spine and a relaxed body. So with the eyes closed, notice how the mind instantly moves into a greater calm and quiet. And really that's like a little life hack that you can bring in throughout the day. When things feel stressful, you can just close your eyes for a few moments. And it shifts the brain waves. And then with our eyes closed here, going inward, you'll become more aware of the breath. With all that external stimulus being quieted or shut down from the eyes, we begin to feel the swell of the belly on inhalation and the navel drawing back to the spine on exhalation. And after a few rounds of just watching that gentle pulsation in the abdomen, begin to feel that there's a smooth transition between inhalation and exhalation. So no pauses, no catches, no jumps in the breath, just very smooth inhale and smooth exhale. And this belly breathing, or sometimes called diaphragmatic breathing, is a very helpful way to calm the nervous system. Good. Just one more round here until you really feel that shift, that calming, internalizing presence. And then when that happens, we're going to change the breathing pattern. So we'll relax all effort. Just take a moment in between. And then on your next inhale, now trace the breath in through the nostrils and fill the chest, then the rib cage, then the belly, which will feel more familiar now. And on the exhalation, draw the abdomen back towards the spine, feel the rib cage draw closer together, the chest softens, and follow the breath as it comes out through the nostrils. So inhaling, breath comes in, trace it in its natural pattern. So it's filling chest, ribs, belly, and then exhaling belly, ribs, and chest. Back out through the nostrils. A couple rounds like this, please, and still maintaining as much of a smooth breath as possible. So on the inhale and the descent of breath, begin to notice a cool temperature as the air comes in. And on the exhale, the ascent of breath, begin to feel warmth coming out. So anything that needs to be released. So inhale, we're bringing in fresh prana and oxygen, enlivening the cells. And each exhale, letting go of heat, maybe some toxins, carbon dioxide, anything that needs to release. And if you're a visual person, on your inhale, you can really see that fresh oxygen and prana as it comes in, being in the form of light. And then on the exhale, you can see just really the stagnation leaving the body, but some of the light's remaining, so that it's almost as if we were filling our cup. Filling the spine or filling the body with light. You can see each and every cell being receptive, each organ, each tissue, taking this prana in, just like recharging your battery. And last one here, please. And then once again, relax all effort. Just let the breath settle. But maintain awareness internally of a body filled with light. And we're going to be working on bringing in more of that prana energy, more of that illuminated, light, expansive energy, which we often associated with the area of the heart. So we're going to be opening up some shoulders and hips to make heart opening a little more comfortable in our practice today. And if there's anything that is asking you to fill your cup or recharge your battery, maybe noticing areas where you've been expending a lot of energy, or maybe a goal that you're trying to reach that's just taking a little extra effort right now. Then bring your hands together in front of your heart and let the thumbs touch the sternum. Bow the head to the hands and settling into the heart space. Just set the intention to fill it with prana and light and give it the fuel that it deserves and it needs to fulfill the most noble goals coming from the wisdom of the heart. And if there's anything else you want to add to that, please state that mentally now. And then we're going to begin with the chant of Om 3 times. So remember, there's 3 parts. The A vibrates the lower portion of the spine, O the middle portion, and the upper portion. Take a deep inhale in, fill the lungs completely. And then a long exhale out, and really purge. Another deep inhale in. Just lower your chin to your chest. Take a moment to slowly open your eyes and come back into the room. So if you were sitting on a block, you can Release the block now. And as long as it's comfortable for the knees, you can sit on the heels, so feet will be together now instead of to the outsides of the hips. So moving in and out dynamically, we'll start with the hands onto the sacrum. Inhale, stand on the knees, bring the right arm up and over the head. Feel length along the right lateral and bring in a slight back bend, pressing into the front of the thighs. Exhale, hips to heels. Slowly lower the arm back to the sacrum at the same rate. Do it again. Inhale, the left arm's gonna lift up. As they come up, extending through that left side body, standing on the knees, slight back bend here. And exhale, sit bones come down to heels as the arm lowers, hand returns to sacrum. Good, this round is gonna be both. So inhale, both arms come up, stand on the knees. Now really feel that opening through the heart, even if it's gentle. And then exhale, hips to heels, hands to sacrum. Let's repeat that sequence again. Inhale the right arm up. Expanding through the front body. Exhale. Navel draws in as you slowly come back. Left side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale. Navel pulls back as you sit back. And then both arms. Inhale. Slight back bend here. Shoulder blades down the back. Exhale. Hands to sacrum. Good. Let's do that one more time on your own. So chest, ribs, belly on inhalation, belly, ribs, chest on exhalation. And then both arms. When you finish, just sitting on the heels for a moment here. We'll interlace the fingers behind the back, yoga mudra. Draw the heels together as best as you can, and then pull the knuckles down the lower back and lift the heart. Now, it's really easy for those low ribs to want to pop forward, so do your best to pull them in, contracting the abdomen for some support. As you look up, you're going to stretch along the front body, but make sure that you don't collapse the back of the neck. Keep about 2 fingers there behind the base of the skull. Keep extending through the sternum, so feel the sternum lift, collarbone spread wide. One more breath here. And then head back to neutral. Keep the hands in yoga mudra and take them to your right waist. Now, right elbow is going to pull back, and we're going to tilt right ear to right shoulder. So just softening through the neck. Again, watch those low ribs. They're going to want to pop forward, so keep pulling the abdomen towards the back body. Feel the whole left side of the neck open up. Breathing here. Notice where the tension is. You can tilt your chin very slightly back and forth till you find the absolute best stretch. And then hands behind you again, head to neutral. Yoga mudra. Pull and open up that heart. And then take the hands to the left waist. Now, left elbow pulls back. Tilt your left ear to your left shoulder. And just feel that right side open up. Now, any area that feels tight or stuck, just breathe right into it. So send your inhale there. Again, feel the light coming into that area. Exhale, you're removing any stagnation, anything that needs to release. One more breath here. Nice and deep. And then slowly bring the head to neutral, hands behind you. One more yoga mudra. Look up, open up, and then just release the arms to your lap and feel that freedom and space through the arms. Very nice. Tabletop position. Just stretch out those legs a little bit here. So tuck your back toes under, reach out through the heel. You can pump a little bit there by pressing out through the heel, rocking the body, and then switch sides and extend through the other leg. Again, a little pumping there. Just get some blood flow. And go back and forth a few times at your own pace. Good. One more to the left. And then we'll find tabletop position, spreading the hands wide, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tops of the feet press firmly into the floor. On the inhalation, lift the heart, lift the sit bones, look up. On the exhalation, stay in tabletop, but pull your belly button toward your back body. Tailbone goes down, head and neck releases. And repeat that again. Inhale, come forward. Sternum pulls forward and up as the sit bones lift. Little lift in your lower belly to protect your lower back. Exhale, press into your hands, knees, and feet. And really pull the belly button towards the spine, rounding the back. Again, inhale, extending chest, ribs, belly on inhalation, and exhale, belly, ribs, chest on exhalation as you push into hands, knees, and feet. 2 more, please. And really feel that the inhalation and exhalation are the same length. So we're going to practice that samavritti. Same fluctuation. Last one. Just moving through the spine, noticing where the fascia is loose, where it might be a little tight. And then coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to lift the left arm up for a moment. And then thread that arm through the hole between the arm and thigh, roll onto the left shoulder. Head and neck is relaxed. So push into the right hand. Keep the elbow at a right angle, so 90 degrees. And then as you push into the floor, see if you can draw the shoulder blade underneath you just a little more. And then belly button draws back to the spine to support the lower back. Keep the knees and feet equal and balanced so you're not leaning to one side over the other. Now if you want to take this a little deeper, we're going to lift the right arm up in the air today and just open up the chest. Keep your neck soft, chin and cheek relaxed down towards the floor. Now, if you want to turn your top hand like you're turning a doorknob, take it behind your back and bind. You can either grab your shirt or your thigh, but pull that right shoulder open. One more here. And then come out of it nice and slow. So we'll extend back into tabletop position. Take a moment to level out and just notice sensation. Okay, we'll do the other side. So right arm's going to lift up in the air, rotate the navel to the right, and then thread that arm through the hole. Roll onto the right shoulder, now the left hand into the floor. Left elbow at a 90-degree angle, push the floor away from you, and see if you can tuck the shoulder blade under just a little further. Now, if that's feeling comfortable for you, you want to stay there. And take the left arm up in the air, just opening up that chest. Head and neck is relaxed. Keep softening tension. And if you want to turn the hand like you're turning a doorknob, take it behind your back. And you can bind by grabbing your shirt or your thigh, then actively pull the left shoulder open. And have even pressure in the knees and feet. Two more breaths. And then slowly come out of it. Take your time to find tabletop position and just let it unwind. And feeling that balance there in the spine. Inhale, heart lift, sit bones lift. Exhale, navel to spine, child's pose. Widen the knees, reach the arms forward, come up onto the tips of the fingers and lift the inner palm. Let the forehead soften to the earth and feel the heart dip between the legs to really opening up the upper chest. Take the tips of your shoulder blades down your back a little bit, heads of the shoulders into their sockets. Breathe here into the back of the heart. Bringing the elbows into the mat, hands into prayer position at the nape of the neck. As you press down through the elbows, feel a widening of the shoulder blades. One more. And then wrap your hands around the middle part of your arms. Interlace your fingers and press your forearms down, or you can spread your palms wide with your forearms parallel. Come back up with the knees in neutral position, and then tuck your toes and lift your sit bones up and back for dolphin variation of down dog. So forearm down dog here. As you press down through those forearms, notice space in the shoulders, head and neck is completely relaxed. And then in your legs and feet, you can bend one knee and press the other heel down, and bend the other knee and press the other heel down, and just go back and forth a few times, opening up the backs of the legs. Now notice if there's some tension there, maybe one side over the other. And then have your feet hip distance apart, turn your toes in slightly, heels out. Roll your inner thighs in and back and allow your sit bones to spread. Really contract your quads, so strengthen the legs. And lift the tailbone as high as you can, head and neck is completely relaxed. Breathe here. And I love dolphin pose because I feel like it gives so much space to the upper back and doesn't have as much pressure on the arms. So we can really concentrate on the navel, hugging towards the back body on exhalation. Two more. Very nice. Bring your knees to the floor. We're actually going to sit tall on the heels again. Just rest the hands comfortably in the lap and feel all that space in the upper back. Hands behind you, fingers point towards the feet. Press the palms flat into the floor, and now puff up the chest and lift the sternum, stretching again into the tops of the shoulders. Breathe deeply here. Now, when we start moving into back bending, we want to make sure this whole front line is open. So we're also going to open up the front of the toes. So bring your chin in, hug your navel towards your spine, and lean back so you lift your knees off the floor, stretching into the tops of the feet. And we even get a little stretch there for the top of the shin. One more breath here. Good, and then slowly lower everything down, peel the fingers off the floor. You can sit tall for just a moment in neutral. And then find tabletop position again. This time we'll move into downward facing dog just for a moment. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tops of the feet press down. Inhale, lift heart, lift sit bones, look up. And exhale, this time tuck the toes, sit bones up and back for downward facing dog. So feet hip distance apart, same alignment principles as the dolphin. Toes are turned in slightly, heels out. Roll the inner thighs in and back and allow the sit bones to lift and spread. In your shoulders, make sure now you're rolling your shoulder heads away from your ears. Hug your inner elbows toward one another. Press down firmly through the web of the index and thumb, and really the roots of all the fingers, because the fingers and hands are just like our feet here. They're a foundational piece of the pose. Good. One more full breath. Can you lift the tailbone just a little higher? Press into the heels just a little bit more, softening through the heart. And then come onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look at the hands, step or lightly hop your feet forward, and just standing forward fold here at the front of your mat. Now, when you find your feet hip distance apart, a little micro bend your knee if you need it. Come forward just a little bit in the balls of the feet so that your hips are lifted high. Now, we're going to once again move into that yoga mudra. So take the knuckles, interlace the fingers and take the knuckles up and away from you and stretch out your shoulders. I like to do a little flossing of the shoulder blades here. So pull the knuckles towards your sacrum and then pull them towards the crown of the head. And just keep going back and forth a few times to floss or move in between those shoulder blades there.
breaking up some of the tension that likes to accumulate. Good, one more. And now releasing the hands to the sacrum, slide them down to about mid-calf. And then hug your elbows in towards your side body. On your inhale, lift your chest halfway up, sliding the hands up the backs of the legs, squeeze the elbows back behind you, open the heart for half monkey pose. And exhale, navel to spine, slide the hands back down the legs. Repeat that again. Inhale as you slide up, elbows hug the side bodies, sternum is forward, back is flat. Exhale, navel to spine, slide back down. Again, inhale. As you're opening everything up, keep that chin neutral. Exhale, navel to spine, slide down. 2 more with your breath, please. Lift more from the heart than from the head. Last one. Good. And then arms out wide. Lift and rise all the way up. Press equally into both feet. Feel that expansion as you come into a slight back bend here. And then exhale, arms by your side. Stand for a moment in samavritti and feel just the movement of prana through the body. And notice, is the body becoming more a body of light? One more breath here. Okay, so classical sun salutation, Surya Namaskara. We'll start at the front of the mats. Big toes touching, space between the heels or feet hip distance apart. Hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold, navel to spine. Take the right leg back, lower the knee down, top of the foot. Inhale up for low lunge, extending through the front body. Arms reach over the head. And then exhale, we'll step back to plank position. We're going to modify here, bringing knees to floor, sit bones to heels, but keep your toes tucked under. Now scoop your nose, chest, chin across the floor. Inhaling into cobra, elbows and shoulders pull back, pubic bones on the floor. Exhale, navel up and back for downward facing dog. Then the right leg steps forward, left knee comes to the floor. Inhale the arms forward and up for low lunge. Exhale, step the back foot forward, standing forward fold. We're going to modify here by interlacing into yoga mudra. And then bend your knees, scoop through chair, come all the way into standing extension, opening through that front line, slight back bend, hands to heart. Let's do the other side. So arms out wide, inhale, lift and rise. And exhale, forward fold, navel to spine. Left leg goes back first this time. Lower the knee, inhale the arms forward and up, low lunge. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. We're modifying here, bringing knees to floor, sit bones to heels, toes are tucked underneath you. Now scoop your nose, chest, chin across the earth. Inhale into cobra, elbows and shoulders are pulling back. And then exhale, navel up and back. Downward facing dog, left leg forward, right knee to floor. Inhale up for low lunge. And then exhale, step forward, standing forward fold. Again, we're going to modify here by interlacing the fingers behind the back. And bend the knees, scoop through chair, come into standing extension, opening up through that front line, and exhale, hands to heart. Okay, so that's one round. Let's do that again. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Right leg back, low lunge. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, step back to plank. Knees down, sit bones to heels. Keep the toes tucked. Scoop nose, chest, chin across the floor. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale to down dog. Right leg forward, left knee to floor. Inhale up for low lunge. And exhale, step forward, standing forward fold, modification here of yoga mudra. Bend and scoop, come through chair, all the way into standing extension, arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Left side, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg goes back. Lower knee, top of the foot, inhale, low lunge. Exhale, plank position. Knees down, sit bones to heels. Scoop nose, chest, chin, inhaling into cobra. Sternum forward and up. Exhale, down dog. Now left leg forward to the fingertips. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step forward. Yoga mudra modification. Bend and scoop, come through. Full breath in as you inhale. Slight back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg back, lower lunge. Inhale. Exhale, plank. Knees down, sit bones to heels. Inhale, scoop forward and up. Exhale, down dog. Right leg forward, left knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step forward, interlace yoga mudra. Bend and scoop, come through, full breath in. Slight back bend. Exhale, heart. And left side, inhale. Exhale. Left leg back. Inhale. Exhale. Knees down, sit bones back. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg forward, right knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step forward, yoga mudra. Bend and scoop, come through. Full breath in. And exhale, hands to heart. And now just be here for a moment in samavritti and let all that movement help clean and clear out the nadis, the energy channels of the body. Feel the breath begin to slow back down. Again, coolness on inhalation, warmth being released on exhalation. One more breath here. Okay, so we're still at the front of the mat, either big toes touching, space between the heels, or hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. So we'll step the left leg back, lower the knee, top of the foot. Actually keep the back toes tucked under, and inhale, bring the arms up, forward and up into low lunge. Right hand goes down to thigh. Inhale the left arm long, so really elongate through the side body. And then exhale, sink into the lunge. Fingertips reach towards the floor, but they don't have to touch. Repeat that again. Inhale as you come up. Now really absorb the tailbone into the body, lift the lower belly, feel the stretch move into the belly of the thigh. And then exhale, lean into the lunge. Fingers reach, but they don't have to touch. Keep torso upright. Inhale again. Space, filling that lung with breath. Exhale, lean into it. Two more, please. Ujjayi breathing. Even inhale, even exhale. Good. Now inhale, come up. Left arm lifts. Bend the back knee and reach back and hold on to the foot with the hand. So the heel of your right hand can really push into that front thigh, and that gives a little more stability. And you want to hug the inner thighs towards the midline of the body. And you're pulling that back heel in as close as you can, deepening the stretch in the front of the thigh. Now, if you have the flexibility, you're going to reach back with both hands and grab that heel in just a little closer. Lift the sternum. Allow the front of the shoulders to spread wide. Breathe deeply here. Either option, hand on the leg or both hands back. Keep your gaze steady, ideally at the horizon. You know, if balance is an issue, it's more helpful to look at the floor. That's okay. Last 2 breaths here. Now we want to be mindful of that slingshot effect. So very carefully lower that foot back down. We're going to tuck the back toes under. So if your mat was flipped over, just undo it. And then stay in high lunge position. Feel your stability and bring both arms up and over the head. Here we're going to interlace the fingers. Take the index and thumb up. So Sepana Mudra. And then lean to the right. So opening up that left lateral. I'm going to lean over to the right. Legs are firm, gaze is steady, breathe here. Keep opening up the side body, but keep the shoulder heads into their sockets. One more breath. Now come back to center. Feel all that length along both side bodies. Extend the arms out wide to shoulder distance and rotate the navel to the right. So just coming into a twist here, but not relying on any leverage like your forearm on your thigh or anything like that. Just your spinal strength. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, squeeze and rotate deeper. Just unwinding that spine. One more. Inhale back to center. And then step your back foot forward, arms down by your side, and find samavritti. And just take a moment to feel how energized that one side of the body is. All that prana, all that warmth, however it's expressing itself to you. Maybe light, maybe sensation. So let's do the other side. Inhale, the arms reach up. And exhale, forward fold. Now this time it's the right leg that's going to go back. So if you need that padding under your knee, flip the mat over and lower the knee down. Keep the back toes tucked. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale the left hand down to the thigh. Inhale the right arm as long as you can, so really elongating the side body. And now exhale, you're going to lean into the lunge. Allow the fingertips to reach, but don't lean into the torso. Keep the torso upright. And then inhale, come back up. Tailbone absorbs in, lower belly lifts. Exhale, lean into it. Inhale, expand. Both lungs fill, especially the right. Exhale. Last 2 on your own. Okay, on the last one, you're going to reach the arm in alignment with the ear. Come up. And now we'll bend the back knee, grab onto the top of that foot with the hand, and draw the heel towards the glute. Heel of your left hand can press into your front knee. Keep your gaze steady. Inner thighs hug the midline of the body. Breathe deeply here. If that's comfortable, maybe grab the foot with both hands, drawing the heel just a little closer to the glute, and then lift your sternum, let the front of the shoulders come forward, opening up that chest. Couple more breaths. Tailbone absorbs in, lower belly lifts. Now, after this last breath here, we want to be really mindful of that slingshot effect. So gently place the foot down. Undo your mat. Tuck your back toes under. And then inhale, the arms reach up for high lunge position. Interlace your fingers here. Take your index and thumb up, Sepana Mudra. This time we're going to lean to the left. So as you lean to the left, make sure the legs are firm, and you want to open up that right side body. Breathe into it. Keep extending through there, but at the same time, heads of the shoulders into their socket. One more. Now come back to center. We're going to release the arms to shoulder distance and rotate the navel now to the left. Inhale as tall as you can. Exhale, squeeze and twist deeper. Back leg is firm. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Keep going. One more. And then come back to center. Use your strength. Come forward. And then exhale the arms down by your side. And just find, again, samavritti with all that energy along the left side of the body. Complete inhale, complete exhale here. All right, so we're going to do some dynamic chairs, but we're going to do it with our big toes touching and the space between the heels, so the legs are together. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, sink into chair and squeeze the inner thighs toward the midline, so they squeeze into one another. Inhale, lift your heart just a little higher. Exhale, navel to the spine. You're going to fold over those bent legs. Just let the arms come down. And then inhale, engage your back body. Feel that inner line as you squeeze the inner thighs, open the heart a little more. And then exhale, contract the abdomen, fold over the bent legs. Head and neck is relaxed. Inhale, lean back. Keep putting the weight into the heels so the toes can lift freely. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale. Keep going with your breath. You rely on that firm base that you've created by bringing both legs together. And you might notice that there's some perhaps inconsistencies on the right side and the left side of the back body. So we're bringing in this symmetrical pose, helping to even some of that out. One more. And then inhale, press into the feet, come all the way up. And exhale, arms by your side. Once again, samavritti. Just feel. One more breath. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose. So you can have your hands on your shins if you want. Flat back, crown away from the hips. Exhale, stepper lightly, hop back to plank position. And first round here, we'll bring knees to floor. Squeeze the elbows tight into the side chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Good, one more breath. And lunge the right foot forward to your fingertips. Spin the back foot flat, heel to heel alignment, back toes angled in towards the upper left corner of your mat. Inhale, you're going to come forward and up for warrior one. And if you need to adjust your hips in any way, we want those hips squared forward. So right hip pulling back, left hip around. Front knee is bent in alignment with the ankle, but you should be able to see your toes. And then we're actually going to do a variation for the arms here. So extend your arms out wide And take your right arm forward in front of you, cross your left arm over at the elbow, and then rotate the palms together for eagle arms. Inhale, lift up into the back bend and lift the elbows as high as you can. And then exhale, come back to neutral, elbows lowering down. Inhale, lean into the back bend, elbows lift as high as they can, and then contract your abdomen as you come back to neutral, elbows lowering towards the belly button. 3 more. A little combinational asana here. One more. Then you're going to release the arms, interlace the fingers behind your back, Yoga Mudra. Draw the knuckles down your back just for a moment. Open the heart, and now forward fold on the inside of your leg. And just let the head and neck soften. Knuckles reach up towards the ceiling. Hug the right hip in. It's going to be tempting to let that hip pop open. Don't let it. Humble warrior. Head and neck is soft. Keep checking in with the jaw, the shoulders. Breathe here. One more. And then release the arms down. Pivot on the ball of the back foot for high lunge position. Bend into that front knee just a little more. And if you need to wiggle the toes back to do that, go ahead. And get the sternum to come forward. So just like runner's lunge, like fingers in a finger stand, you're about to lunge forward. Feel all that space in the hips. And then let the left foot step forward to the front. Standing forward fold. One more breath here. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, so in between sides, we're going to come back into chair, but this time we're going to take our left foot or ankle and set it on top of the right thigh. So that backwards. So set your left foot on top of your right ankle. Left foot on top of your right thigh. And sit down into chair pose. And just let those hips open up. So really let the glutes go back behind you. And as they go back, you can bring your hands in front of your heart into prayer position. And you want to imagine there's a weight attached to your knee. So you're really opening up that hip rotator. Breathe here. Shoulders are relaxed. Sternum is forward. Flex your left foot. Good. One more. And then come up. If you need to shake out your feet in between, please do so. And then we'll do the other side. Now, right foot goes onto your left thigh, hands into prayer, and sink down into chair again. Keep the right foot flexed. Imagine a weight attached to that right knee, just opening up that rotator. Glutes are back behind you. As they go back, sternum comes forward. Keep that slight lift in your pelvic floor to create space in the spine. Gaze is steady. One more. And then come up and release. Shake out the feet for a moment. Find mountain pose. Okay. Still at the front of your mat, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose, the flat back. And exhale, step or lightly hop back to plank position. Now this time, if you want to leave the knees lifted for chaturanga, go ahead. Inhale then into cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to down dog. Take a breath. Now the left foot steps forward to the fingertips. Spin your back foot flat, heel to heel alignment, back toes angled towards the upper right corner of your mat. Then into your front knee, bring the arms forward and up for warrior one. And again, make any subtle adjustments you need in order to feel really stable here. Now again, we're going to bring in a combinational posture, so extend the arms out wide. This time the left arm goes forward in front of you, right arm goes over at the elbow, rotate the palms together. Inhale, lift the elbows as high as you can, moving into the back bend. And then exhale back to neutral, bring the elbows down toward the belly button. Again, inhale. Lean back, legs are firm. Exhale. Good. Please, 3 more. Breath moves you. Body steady. Last one. Good, we're releasing the arms. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Pull the knuckles down the back thigh. Open up the chest. And now lean on the inside of that left leg. Knuckles reach up and away behind you. Left hip's going to want to pop open, so don't let it. Keep squeezing it in toward the midline of the body. Head and neck is relaxed. Breathe here. Watch that tendency to want to gather tension in the jaw, the face. Legs are firm, so really find that strength there by hugging the muscle to the bone. One more breath. Now we'll release the fingertips to the floor, pivot on the ball of the back foot. You might need to wiggle back a little bit, coming into that high lunge position. Fingers in a finger stand, bring the sternum forward. Send the shoulder blades down the back. Really feel length along that right leg. Just like you're about to dash forward. And then back foot steps forward, standing forward fold, just melt over the legs. Watch the tendency to want to sink in the heels, so come forward just a little bit in the balls of the feet. Rest. And inhale the arms out wide as you lift and rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart or by your side in Samastiti. And again, checking in with the vibrancy of the body, perhaps the feeling of light or spaciousness. And noticing the area of the shoulders and the hips, 2 areas that really need to be open to go into deeper back bending. Last breath here. We're going to do one more chair sequence. So feet are together again. We want to make sure that the legs are going to touch, big toes touching, maybe slight space between the heels, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up, and exhale, sink into chair. Keep squeezing those knees towards the midline. Now, bring the hands in prayer position down that center line and take left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Press down into the hands, lift the chest away from the thighs, lower the hips down as the heart comes up, and rotate that navel to the right. Now, it's easy for one knee to want to pop in front of the other, so try to keep those knees level. You can peek at them if you need to. If you want a little more height, you can make a fist with your bottom hand, cup with your top. Breathe deeply here. Weights in the heels, toes can lift freely, you can wiggle them. One more breath. Good. Forward fold over the legs. Straighten them so that we can just let some of that blood flow. Head and neck is soft. And when the breath regulates, we're going to bend the knees again, come back into chair, and once again take the hands together in prayer down the midline and right elbow now to the left thigh. Prayer spinal twist. Press down, lower the hips so the heart gets higher. You can also do that trick of a fist with the bottom hand, cup with the top. And then again, watch your knees. You can look at them. Sometimes that one knee, typically the right, wants to pop in front of the left. Don't let that happen. Breathe here. Weights in the hips. Toes are not clenching. One more. And melt over the legs. Let everything surrender. Soften for just a moment. Notice the heat, the warmth. And then hands into the shin bones. Lift your sternum away for monkey pose. Flat back. Exhale, step or lightly hop back to plank position. We're going to chaturanga to the floor, so that can be knees lowered or lifted, but belly is going to come all the way down. And Makrasana, take the feet a little wider than the hips, toes out, heels in, forearms forward, and forehead resting on the hands. So everything settling in. Feel the belly breathing against the earth. And start to slow the breath back down, returning to samavritti. Chest ribs, belly, belly ribs, chest. Ujjayi breathing. Last one. So bring the feet back into the center. Tops of the feet ground, you want to feel the big toe and pinky toe touching. Feet are only about 4 to 6 inches apart. Hands beside the shoulders. So fingertips lined up right with the tops of the shoulders. And then hug your elbows in toward your side body. Your pubic bone, knees, and feet are your grounding point here for Cobra. And then you're just going to inhale, come halfway up. So low ribs are going to stay on the floor. And then exhale and turn your cheek to one side and come down. Inhale, press down, pubic bone, knees, feet, only halfway up, low ribs on the floor. Exhale, come down. Again, inhale. Use the back body to lift. Exhale, and you can test that out if you want by on your next one, inhale up and lift your hands only an inch or two off the floor. And exhale, come down. And you can do that again a couple times if you'd like, just to make sure you're relying on the strength of the back over the hands. Couple more. Last complete round, so you'll make sure you end on the same cheek that you started on. And then we'll relax completely, let the arms move down by your sides, soften everything. No tension in the face, make sure the glutes are relaxed. And then turn your cheek to the other side. And then slowly come back to sitting tall on your heels. So we're going to move into Supta Virasana, which is a very deep back bend. And if you have a bolster and blanket, you might want to use that. The bolster will go in between the ankles, just like your block. And then the heels, again, are supposed to be to the outside edges of your hips. And you want to come to sit just right on the very edge of that bolster. So barely, the tailbone's barely touching it. And then the blanket would go along the back if you need a little more height, or also just around the area of your head. So you can take this in stages. This is a fairly deep back bend. So stage 1 is just to bring the fingertips behind you, like we started at the beginning of the practice. Palms are flat, fingers point towards the toes, and you just keep the arms straight and let the whole front line open up here. Tailbone absorbs in, lower belly lifts, and this is a very nice opening for that front body. It requires some arm strength, so you can take breaks in between if you need it. So the second option is to bring your hands to your feet and then bring your elbows down, absorb your tailbone into the body, and then let the head and neck relax. So third option is to bring the whole upper body down into the block, or bolster. And I've got a little bit of an excessive lumbar curve, so I like to put just a little extra padding there behind my lower back. And then the arms can open out wide. Now the knees may want to splay apart, so try your best to push down through the tops of the knees. Tailbone absorbs into the body, lower belly lifts. Breathing deeply here. Inhaling, exhaling. And if at any time that's too intense, you're welcome to come to one of the other stages. So don't feel that if you go into one, you're stuck there. Keep reaching the knees towards the floor. One more full, complete breath here. And we got to come out slowly. So we'll bring hands onto feet and then hands to the floor. And you're going to take your time to bring your knees into the center and make sure that you don't bring your head's going to be the last thing to lift. So you're going to lift with your sternum and just slowly pull forward until everything stacks on top of one another again. And then you can move the bolster out of the way. And once again, just sit tall with the heels together. Taking the tailbone into the body and lifting the lower belly is going to feel like a forward bend after that deep back bend. So just take a moment here to rest. And just feel all that space. Perhaps noticing some vibrancy or light.
And send it into the heart. Okay, and then gently open your eyes and bring your hips to one side and your legs out in front of you. So Dandasana, staff pose. Internal rotation of the legs. Roll the inner thighs in and down. And then hands beside the hips, flex your feet. And just be here for a moment. So you're pushing the palms into the floor and flexing the toes and hugging the muscle to the bone in the legs. Spine is neutral. Breathing deeply here. Now you may notice some core strength to keep that spine upright. That's okay. Just breathe through it. And we're going to be very mindful here of how we move into a forward bend. So inhale, the arms reach up over the head. And then keep your arms in alignment with your ears and just lean forward till the spine wants to round. So just a little bit of a tilt forward. And then inhale and come back up. And repeat that again. Exhale, lean forward. Now you may gain a little more space, but again, you're going to stop right when the spine wants to round. And inhale, come back up. Repeat. Exhale. Keep the neck, head, neck, torso, tailbone in a straight line. Inhale, come back up. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Now you can continue to do that if that feels good to you. You can also lean forward on your next exhale and grab onto the shins, ankle, foot, or hook the index, middle thumb around the big toe. You're going to pull your sternum forward through your shoulders and then bend your elbows out wide and come into more of a forward fold, just allowing the spine to soften. The rounding here is now going to be okay. We're going to do that again. We're going to inhale, lean back, extend the sternum. You might want to wiggle there, get a little more space. And exhale, you're going to bend the elbows. Allow the head and neck to soften now. There'll be some slight rounding. That's okay. Again, inhale. And now this time as you exhale, you're going to fold and stay. Hands to shin, ankle, foot, floor, wherever you're most comfortable. And now just breathe into that back line. Breath making its way all the way down to the tailbone. Sending it back up and out on exhalation. Keep feeling that deep breath, inhaling in through the nostrils down to the base, exhaling back up and out through the nostrils. Last two.
Now to come out, arms in alignment with the ears. Press down into the legs. You have to activate the back body to come back up. We want to bring in just a very slight back bend, making sure that we're contracting the postural chain. And then exhale the arms down by your side. And once again, you find Dandasana, staff pose. Hands beside the hips, legs are firm, feet are flexed. Very nice. So we'll come on to our backs. Hug your knees into your chest. And we're going to do a little bit of dynamic action here just to make sure that the back is happy. So knees into the chest to start. Inhale, take your legs straight up in the air. Flex your feet, arms reach up over the head. And then exhale, bring the hands to the knees and the knees to the chest. Inhale, feet flat. You're going to roll up into bridge. Arms reach up and over the head. This is going to activate, again, those back muscles. Exhale, come down nice and slow. And at the bottom, hug the knees into the chest, hands to the knees. So repeat that again. Inhale, legs straight, feet flexed. Arms reach over the head. Exhale, hands to knees, knees to chest. Feet flat. Inhale, rise up into bridge. Exhale, roll down, and at the bottom, hug the knees into the chest, hands to the knees. Good. One more together than on your own. Inhale, feet flexed. Extend the legs, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to knees, knees to chest. Inhale, bridge, arms reach. Exhale, at the bottom, hands to knees, knees to chest. 2 more on your own, please. With your breath length, really listening to the body. Maybe noticing through repetition, the back line, remembering its position, its job to be firm and strong, supporting your posture. And on the last one, extend the arms out wide and take the knees over to the left as you look to your right. You can hold on to the knees if you want, making sure that the hips are stacked, knees are stacked, so that the sacrum is balanced. And then relax your abdomen, rotating the navel deeply to the right, shoulders soft. Gaze over that right hand. Let gravity do the work here. And then come back to center, and we'll switch sides. So knees are going to go to the right as you look to your left. Navel rotates open. Shoulder is relaxed. Stack the knees. You can hold it with your hand. And gaze over the left arm or left hand. It's fine to close your eyes as you're preparing for Shavasana. The last set of asanas before we go down. Let gravity take over, give in. And then back to center. And now just to prepare, make sure you put socks and sweaters on if you're in a cooler room. It's nice to have an eye pillow to block out the light. And because we were back bending, it's always nice to put something underneath your knees just to make sure that your back is happy. So if you have a rolled up blanket or pillow or bolster, you can place that underneath your knees. So as you settle in, just feel that the legs are a little wider than hip distance. So the feet can just gently roll open. And arms will be by your side, palms face up. Shoulder blades are tucked underneath you. Make sure the heart feels open. And then just to remove any stagnation that might be left, we're going to do a sigh, but it's a sigh with sound behind it. So it's going to sound like this. So we're going to do that 3 times together. Inhale. One more. And now just rest. Body heavy, completely supported by the earth. Breath coming in and out at its own pace. No need to shape it. And mind free. To be at peace. So as you rest here on the earth, and particularly if you have something covering your eyes, just notice the glow of inner light radiating the prana that's already contained inside the body, that's infused in every single cell and tissue and organ. And then as you breathe in, see if you can notice that the inner light grows. And as you breathe out, just let the old air leave while sustaining that light. Again, as you breathe in, see and feel the inner light, the inner expression of prana growing. And on the exhalation, just letting the old air out, but keeping that extra light. And just do this for a few moments. Infusing the body with prana shakti, universal energy. And as you absorb it in, it's easy to think of absorbing it from the front of the body, which we pay a lot of attention to. But can you absorb it from every angle, including the back body? Just one more. And then you can start to move fingers and toes, roll wrists and ankles, and gently draw the knees into the chest. Give a little hug. And then roll over onto your right side and rest in fetal for just a moment, arm under the head as a pillow. And then placing the left hand into the earth, slowly come back up into seated. Head and neck heavy, eyes closed as you come up. And if you want to prop your sit bones up for a moment, please do so. So tall spine, relaxed body. Bring your index and middle finger down to the mound of your thumb and let your fourth finger and thumb be pinchers right on the bridge of the nose, right above the nostril. Inhale in through your left nostril. And exhale out through your right. Now inhale only through the right. And exhale out the left. Repeat that. Inhale in through the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Keep going. Notice that you're making an inverted V. Breath comes in through the nostril, meets at the midbrain, or the third eye rather, and exhaling out the opposite nostril. Then you inhale through that nostril again and meet at the third eye, space between the eyebrows. And you breathe out through the opposite nostril. Now, to deepen this, inhaling in through the left nostril, see a thread of blue light coming in, again, meeting at the third eye. And then as you breathe out the right nostril, a thread of golden light. Inhale in through the right nostril, a thread of golden light, meeting at the space between the eyebrows. And then exhaling out the left nostril, a blue thread of light. Inhaling blue light through the left nostril. Exhaling golden thread of light out the right nostril. Inhaling golden light in through the right. And blue through the left. So letting the blue light represent universal consciousness. And the golden thread of light representing individualized consciousness. And these two join together at the third eye. Keep going. Now, if you'd like, at the top, when you meet at the third eye, you can have a soft pause. Hold the awareness in the third eye as light building in that space. And you'll exhale out the opposite nostril. Again, you'll inhale in again. And when it gets to the third eye, just a soft pause. Holding light in the third eye center. One more, and then we'll end by exhaling out the left. And then release your arm. Hand rests comfortably on the knee. Keep your attention in the third eye, that glow of light, prana. And see that glow expanding like a sphere of light to encompass the midbrain. Maybe even as wide as a sphere that encompasses the heart. And hold your attention in that space. So remember this feeling, being filled with light. And really as a prerequisite to each and every endeavor. And that when this light gets dull or dim from all of our responsibilities or whatever impressions we're taking in from the external world, just take the time. Simple practice, complicated practice, pranayama, anything you need, meditation, to return your attention to this light and to fill your cup. And bring your hands back together in front of your heart. Bow your head to your hands and just go back to the intention we set. Trust that you received what you could receive and let the rest go. And we'll seal the practice with the chant of Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for practice. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Share it with family and friends. And in the description is a link to the Patreon account. If you'd like to offer a donation, it's greatly appreciated. Namaste.